Alright guys, so we have a small change of plans for today because I realized that you cannot do any of the Delta Math assignments yet because they all require a little bit more knowledge of conditional probability. So instead, we're going to go over the homework from last night here. So this is on page 275, 276. And then between today and before Tuesday, I'm just going to ask that you do a couple more things in your Walsh book to get some review there. So here we go. So homework here shouldn't have been too complicated, but we'll go over it. So first one, it says a six-sided die is rolled twice. What's the probability of rolling a two followed by a four? So you take a dice, you roll it two times, two and a four. So these events are not related. What you get the first time has no effect on what you get the second time. So the probability of a 2, then a 4. Well, the probability of getting a 2 is 1 out of 6, and the probability of getting a 4 is 1 out of 6. So the probability of getting a 2 followed by a 4 is 1 out of 36. All right, so now we've got some candies here. So in the first one here, it says with replacement. So we know that these are independent events. So what happens in the first doesn't affect what happens in the second. So I want the probability of cherry, then grape. So the probability of cherry is 5 out of 15. Then she puts it back, so the probability of grape then is going to be 7 out of, there's still 15 in there. So that's going to give you 35 over 225, which is the same as 7 over 45. Well, in the next one, we've got without replacement. So this is going to be the probability of cherry, then orange. So probability of cherries still 5 out of 15. The probability of orange now is there's 3 oranges, but there's not 15 candies now, there's only 14. So that's going to give us 15 over 210, which simplifies to 1 over 14. So here it says she decides she wants 2 great pieces of candy. She randomly chooses 2 pieces without replacement. Find the probability of grape and then grape. So probability of grape, then grape. Well, the first time there's 15 candies in the bag, and of them, 7 of them are grape. Well, she pulls a grape out, and now there's only 6 grapes left in the bag, and there's only 14 candies. So when you multiply and then simplify, you end up getting 1/5 as your final answer there. All right, so we've got 2 random cards with replacement. So probability here is going to be 13 over 52 multiplied by 4 over 52. And when you end up simplifying here, you get 1 over 52 as your probability. For number 6, you have probability the first card is a 2 is 4 out of 52. You're replacing, so second card is a 3 is still 4 out of 52. And when you multiply and simplify, you get 1 over 169. You got 2 cards are chosen without replacement. I want to know the probability. The first one's a diamond, the second one is a heart. So the probability the first one is a diamond is 13 out of 52. The probability that the next one is a heart, well, there's 13 hearts, but now there's not 52 cards left, there's only 51 cards left. So when we multiply and simplify, you end up with 13 over 204. Now we got without replacement, and both of them are diamonds. So the first time you got a 13 out of 52 chance of getting a diamond. The second time you have a 12 out of 51 chance. And when you multiply and simplify, you end up with a 1/17 probability. So here it says a flashlight has 8 batteries and 2 are defective. You are going to remove the batteries to find the 2 that are defective. What is the probability of choosing 2 defective batteries without replacing the first choice? So basically defective and then defective without replacement. So the first time that you might get a defective, it would be 2 out of 8. That's your chances. Well, you want to assume that you grab the first defective one. So now there's only one defective one left, and there's 7 batteries in there. So when you multiply and simplify, you end up with 1 out of 28. Here we go. Someone has a free throw percentage of 63%. It says find the probability of not making a free throw. So the probability of not making it, well, you either make it or you don't. So the probability of not making it is 37%. And it says, would this person be a good choice to go to the free throw line? I would say no. You get lots of players that are way closer to 80s, 90s. This person has a 37% chance of missing, and you would want, that's a pretty high percentage chance of missing here in an athletic style situation. All right, so hopefully that was helpful. So what you're going to be doing today, which is Friday, into tomorrow, and then Sunday, and then Monday, because we don't have school Monday, is I just want you to go back and I want you to just do a little bit more review. So now that you have done the 6.2 practice A for the addition rule and we've gone over the answers, I want you to go ahead and do the B assignment there. However, it is not, I'm going to eliminate these ones with the spinner. Nope, just kidding, I'm not. Because I'm thinking forward as to like what's on, what's coming up, and creating the sample spaces stays important. So sorry, I even said it. So I do want you to do 1 through 10 here. And then when you get to these questions here, we are going to assume, which is contrary to what we talked about with the weird wording of these questions when we went over it. But for each one of these, let's go out of the whole 11th grade. So that's how many kids are in the 11th grade. So let's use that 206 as a total there. And then I want you just to move forward as well. Now that you've gone over the A answers for practice 6.3, that assignment should not have taken you very long. That one's pretty simple. So go ahead and just do these 10, which again are almost exactly the same, but now if you've made mistakes, you can make them better. And then what we'll do on Monday, not Monday, what we'll do on Tuesday is we will meet as a Zoom class and we'll just check these answers quickly. I won't go through how to do them. I'll just state the answers and then take questions if we need them. But we'll get into lesson 6.4, and lesson 6.4 is a little bit more complicated. So we definitely want to be sure that we're together as we start working on that content. All right. So again, hope you have a wonderful long weekend. Again, you'll get some Delta Math next week, but we're not ready for it yet. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.